Hello, THLers. Welcome back to Salty Saturday. Saku filling in for Wild 9 tonight. And man, do we have some Legacy Series matches. Quarterfinals, of course. So we're still rummaging through all that. I got two wonderful casters that had some couple hours of spare time to help cast away. We got going to start off with Memnarch. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Looking forward to this.
Yep. And then we got Kodomoro, who's able to join us as well.
Still haven't left. I'm always just here, just waiting.
He just stays in chat live.
So. No, it's definitely good to be here. Watching a teammate, always good this first round. So it's exciting times.
Exciting. So I got the wrong match that's up there on the screen, which is atypical for me. But at least I got the volumes right, so we're good.
Yeah, we're not muted.
No.
That's good. That's always good.
So if you guys want to take away what the guys are going up against, take her away.
All right.
Sure.
Yep. Looks like we have a Korodin as a Demon Hunter, Mage, Paladin, Shaman against Pokemon's Hunter, Paladin, Rogue, Warlock. All right.
Yeah. And the bans are in. It looks like Korodin did ban the Warlock, and Pokey went ahead and banned the Demon Hunter.
Demon Hunter ban. So it might be more greedy, slower style decks for Pokemon then.
Yeah, it could be, or they just really don't like Demon Hunter, and I've come across a couple of those, right? So they use the deck's really good, it's really consistent. Maybe you feel like taking someone off a comfort pick has some value. But the Warlock ban is an interesting one. Talking beforehand, it definitely was a matchup grid kind of decision. So putting everything in the grid and just looking at the one that just didn't line up well to what Korodin was bringing. So he did go ahead and ban that Warlock.
All right. Maybe he thinks Warlock's the best deck out of the currently in the meta right now, right? Out of the ones he's bringing. There's a lot of pressure Druid, and there's not a Druid bring for either one.
Nope.
Pressure.
Yeah, Pressure we saw yesterday really did a number in the first match, and so that was it was fun to see. Now it did fail me in my match against Skirt, but it's one of those decks that once it gets going, it's really hard to stop, and it's chaotic at its best. So definitely seen some play there. I think really the Warlock can go two extremes on its playstyles, and so maybe just the fact of you can't really place them on one over the other. It's just better to remove the variance of the deck. Where the other ones, like Hunter, you know exactly what Hunter's probably going to be. Rogue, yeah, it can go mine. Yeah, it can go more the Thief package or just straight boat, but it kind of feels the same. And then you have Paladin, which, while varied,
there's always going to be a carry on the Paladin, right?
Yeah, always. So
that narrows it down a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think it's just removing as much as you can from the grid to kind of just give you better chances. And I'll tell you from the team's perspective, you can tell from our lineups that we do like Warlock from a variance side, right? So you can run the straight Murloc Warlock for an aggro go. Then you have Curse, and then you also have some weird other brings that if you want to take the game longer, you can go into Fatigue.
Yeah, the oppressive Murloc Warlock. Man.
It's a deck that just gets there, right? It's one of those that it fits nicely if you want to go to a good line. Mm-hmm. And typically you want to bring it with a Shaman because it just, if you can go both ways with it, right? So those two decks, Shaman and Warlock, tend to go hand in hand because they both can switch their play styles.
Yeah.
So, but we see Korodin didn't bring the Warlock this time. Went with the Demon Hunter, Mage, and Paladin. We know the Demon Hunter's kind of banned out. So, what do you think from Korodin's perspective? Mage, Paladin, and Shaman. What do you think he's going to be bringing?
Well, he's probably bringing that random Mage deck, the Rune on the Big Spell Mage. I think it's called.
Big Spell. Yep.
I mean, it's called something else in Discord, but
We keep it clean as much as we try.
yeah. But yeah, I think he's bringing that mage deck. Paladin probably gets hand buff, control, and mech are the three. I think control is probably complements the mage the best, since it's strong to what mages weaken. And from Pokemon side, like I think control, like looking at as Cord and looking at Pokemon, control Paladins just seems strong against the rogue and the hunter and even into Paladin. Like maybe mech would give him some trouble, but it's a Paladin mirror then, so can't really hedge on mirrors. You need to win the entire thing.
Oops, sorry, go.
And then the shaman's probably going to be another slow shaman. Like maybe he runs hexes to combat the paladin and hunter, like specifically. Like it's really bad on ladder, but when you're targeting certain decks, like if the hunter's big beast hunter and you're running hex, they're just so sad. Yeah. Like so that could give a very big edge to the shaman, where normally wouldn't have it.
All right,
are they starting?
They're already into it. Yeah, we see Corden is playing Big Spell Mage, and we do see Pokemon bring in Rogue to start with, and it does look like the standard. So far, what we can tell, the standard just boat package. You see Krabito, which is always good. Smite in hand.
Had to restart my client because I couldn't see the players' eyeballs.
You have to hit the. I did this all day yesterday. There is no eyeball anymore.
Oh,
so you have to.
They changed the UI.
That is wonderful. I did not know that.
Now there's this options thing that confuses me, and I don't like it. It's new and different.
For our viewers out there, I'm dumb. Second thing, we're going to have Pokemon at the bottom of the screen with Corden at the top. So.
We see Tooth use clear out Mailbox Dancer, and then goes ahead and starts digging to the bottom of his deck. And really not the best options here. Wicked Stab's okay, but nothing really kind of moving his plan along.
I feel like he needs to use this coin next turn just to... never mind. You need to use this coin this turn to... Because this Barbara is going to ruin it. Oh.
That's why you play Mailbox Dancer. Oh, so good.
All right. It's not over. If he survives till 8, I think he might be able to reset it, but it's going to be tough.
That is 3 turns away.
Yeah.
And he has a 10 cost coin, so it's just a dead card in his hand.
Just something to look forward to on 10. Yeah. So I didn't like the stabbing the whelp, but okay.
I always like to positive, try to figure out ways to get out of this. There's no freeze, and he's gonna, okay.
That was just unfortunate.
Sometimes you get a 0 cost amulet, right?
Yeah. All right, so Mage won game 1. All right. I mean, that was unexpected. Usually a rogue's good into Mage, but the Mage has that scam potential.
Sometimes you high roll, and sometimes the HS gods look favorably upon you, and you get it. So we got mages through. So now we have left is Paladin and Shaman, and we get to see which direction he's going. You were right out the Big Spell Mage. So let's see. Paladin is going to be a mirror against. Well, both are bringing Paladin.
Yeah, both. So the equalities imply control.
Yeah. But both hands look control-ish. Double equality in Light Ray in one, and one equality in Light Ray in the other.
I think it's a control mirror. Yeah.
So we'll be here for the next 8 hours.
All right, strap in, everyone. I feel like you have hard mulligan for or not really hard mulligan, but you don't keep any of this. You want card draw, right?
Yeah. Well, the problem is they don't know what the other one is, right? So if you thought your opponent was playing mech, do you keep the Carriel just to kind of counter and shimmering just so you have something in the way? I think that's kind of the thought process there. And again, this really doesn't say anything of what the other deck is yet, right? So Righteous Protector could be hand buff.
So there's a 40 cards for a Pokemon there.
Oh, I did not see that. You're right.
Yeah. I am unaware of the 40 card version, so.
I think just a couple less effective
like
cards and 10 more life. I mean,
yeah. What 9 cards do you want in like a control paladin? Like deck's already weak with card draw pending.
I think all the tradables. So you maximize your tradables, you maximize your all the value cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another quality may be worth it. I'm trying to think if there's any other. Maybe Avenge to put early pressure, but that'd be really bad. Another quality just seems to make sense.
And with your hand, you kind of just maybe you wanted the secret just so you could play it with the 5-drop. Because if you play Cariel next turn, the secret's Avenge, right? Avenge is holy, so you can play the secret the same turn, and you have 2 minions on board. Could give you an advantage there.
Yeah. Now, I mean, yeah, there's 2 mindsets. I mean, if you're already committed to this mindset of, like, I have 40 life, so I'm going to just draw this out as long as possible, then another quality is just another way to draw it out. But yeah, both have merit. You just see value trades in.
That's a great pickup for Pokemon there. You need something to do, and he's not going to play a Okani into a board that can just clear it. Maybe he commits the equality so he could play the Okani.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you have another one coming after this one.
Yeah.
Reduce the value of in hand. We see it does matter. I mean, there's a lot of spells that would have been discounted.
I think you always pick minion here, right? He picked spell. Okay.
Yeah, went spell. Yeah.
I think he's going to test it and lose 1.
Oh, that's rough. Righteous defense is huge. Yeah.
Yeah, I think though you didn't want to lose the Bannerman though, right? Because your hand's kind of light on threats and value. So do you just sacrifice one of the defenders just to kind of make sure? If not, then you play around it, right?
That's a Cariel pickup for Pokemon.
I would assume there's some Pit Viper in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Right, Viper. City Tax. You got just goes in Righteous Defender. Does it hit? Not
That's
the
a good
best
hit,
target.
though.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Wild Pyro, I think you're happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the.
Alright, I think he plays a Leviathan next turn. It seems like
It seems like an easy play.
Yeah, it's not so easy for a Pokemon, though. Like, oh, that's a Samuro. Buff Samuro.
Yeah, and this is going to be a war of attrition, right? So who can get there? We do see Samuro in return. It's not buffed, but we have the ability with the.
Honestly, this isn't the worst Samuro. Board. I
Just
feel like
clear the board.
No, you need card draw. You need Leviathan, right? The main weakness of Leviathan here is it's another Righteous Defense. Since you use both yours, you can't. You're gonna lose the Righteous Defense war.
Does draw. That's good.
All right, let's see what he dredges. Oh. All right, I think the out is picking Myrmidon, rolling Holy Mackerel off Battle Vicar, and hoping you can get to your power cards.
I think he chose to go for the tradable. I think that was. But he does have Wild Pyromancer with City Tax if he needs to, right? This is 11-17 on board. That's pretty big.
It's an above average Myrmidon. I agree.
And we don't see. We saw the Righteous Defender get blown early, so odds are we don't have an answer. So we'll see here.
All right, Vicar for Righteous Defense. Easy. Easiest Righteous Defense of his life.
Come on, just
quality. You know what?
I'll take it.
Yeah. It's never.
Well, you also have the secret where you're taking all the damage you don't want to, right? It's a safer. I'm just trying to think of why you choose something else, but this seems to be the best. Yep.
Yeah, you kind of have to
city
do it
tax.
this way.
Yeah. And light ray hits the
Alright.
board. Here we go. Stabilized.
Yeah,
Drawing
but
it
then
out
he's
more.
gonna see his carrier come down, and it's gonna be rather upset because Cariel is beatable, but your hand is just so bad right now that I don't think it's easily beatable. Like, what do you do here? Do you throw the Garden Grace on the? Yeah.
I think you have to start pushing, right? You just have to start putting threats out. I think there's a thought of like keeping it, but I think you just start pushing, make them react.
Yeah. I mean, you picked up equality, which is really good at the Samuro. How does he get there? Like, I'm just trying to think of outs. He needs Cariel ASAP, and then what?
Cariel into another dredge effect to get the other Myrmidon, and then Holy Macro. So you're like 4 draws away. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, maybe he only runs. There's some lists that only run one
Run
Myrmidon.
one. Yeah.
So in that case, like, there's no other dredges in Paladin, right?
I do not think so.
Yeah. So he needs to hit a Alliance Bannerman into a Myrmidon. I think that can't be the only out.
No, I mean, I think definitely starts with Cariel, right? Like, yep, Bannerman to start.
Bannerman's good. Bannerman's actually really good.
Because you can equality Blade Master to answer the board, right? You just run the 1/1 into the 2/5.
Now you run the equality first, and then you Samuro, and then run the 1/1 into the 12/1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, this leaves your 10/1 kind of dead, but what can you do, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was going to die regardless, and I think it got enough hits in where I think it did 15 damage.
Yeah. This is an awkward turn for because you want to Samuro this board, but you don't want to. Like, I guess you're taking 5 damage. With your face. Just conserve your resources.
Yeah, I mean, 5 is still nothing. You have Holy Mackerel in hand, right? So it's not like it's a massive. You just go ahead and not get full value out of it now? Okay, I thought you point towards it. All right, so now we got 2 card draws. So this is good. This is a way for Gordon to get back in. He has chances. Let's see what he gets.
He's like righteous. He got the righteous defense. Oh, this is huge. Like, I mean, this wild power is gonna be like massive.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got a way back into this now.
Always chances. That's all you really want. And the 5/5 is really not that big. Going ahead and committing the Holy Mackerel now.
With wild power in hand, I'm not. I'm like.
I mean, I guess you're afraid of being like of the Viper drop into like if he draws Viper there.
Yeah.
That's still only 18, and you still have to get through the 5/5. I don't know. That's.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why he wants to do it. Like, the longer this game goes on from this position, the more of an advantage Pokemon's going to be in due to his hero power leveraging it. Like, you kind of have to commit the smite here. Like, you really don't want to.
I like this play though, because well, I don't know if you commit here because like the 7/9 is threatening enough to where they have to use removal, but if there's removal left, I don't know, right? So it's like one of those. Where do you pick to do it? So to me,
actually,
even here,
I think you need a. So how's Croton win this? Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think he needs Viper, unless he doesn't have Viper. If he doesn't have Viper, then I don't know.
He has to push through like this. So he's playing like he doesn't have Viper.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we do see the other Equality Pyromancer answer. And then after this, the problem is, after this, I don't know what the answer is.
Like, used up all, like, he needs, Cariel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then Cariel hits nothing?
That's why I was almost for the just hero powering, having a minion on board. And this, I'd even save the Mackie roll for...
Yeah. I mean, it's what, 18 health? Is 18 health winning this game? Like, no, it's a...
No, but it always feels bad to do nothing, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's one, unfortunately, when's the last time we've seen both Paladins be down to, like, cards in hand or one card in hand? Like, this is...
Yeah, this is peak Paladin, just top decking. Well, any minion is good for Pokemon right now.
And the choice to go face would be wrong, so you always want to keep minions off the board, so good play there.
Oh.
That's...
I mean... kind of have to play it, right?
You have to play it, and then you play the hero power. You know, like, you have to get the taunt up, and then you hero power, and you go ahead and equality now. So, because you can't get through the taunt without running the minion in. So, play it, hero power, and then just play the equality.
Kind of have to play equality, because the hero power lets you clear the board if you have equality. That's a bannerman. That's a really good draw for him.
No, we still have a Pyromancer left, right? So there's still an outside chance. Wasn't the best minion in the world, right?
Oh, but there's Viper.
Ooh, there's a way back. But is it enough? Because you have 13, 16... it just trades it. Just to... Because it wasn't going to be enough to matter, right?
I feel like you had to play it and then hope your next top deck gets you out of it. Like, if he plays it now, uses the equality and kills a minion, and potentially Cariel gets him back, right?
Yeah, I think the issue is you're more afraid of the board than you are the hero of the damage reduction, right?
Yeah.
So it's more of like, what play will give me the better chance to control the board? And then we do see a City Tax, which is an easy answer to the board. Big trades it away. Not really worried about it. We do see the Viper for the future Cariel. Flashlight drawing. City Tax. Another draw.
Man.
Not the biggest minions. Again, they're not super effective, but he is thinning out his deck. He is drawing through it.
Oh, he got a Pyro. Gives him that gives him at least 2 more turns.
Ooh. And the infinite value of creating the dude, right? It stays on the board. It's infinite value.
That's true. Wait, how much? So the 40-card Paladin deck has drawn 5 more cards than the regular one.
I mean, if we can say that's the turning point in the game, sure. But we do see the Leviathan, and that's just going to be super valuable.
I feel like it's the Cariel being up for 10 more turns. That was the game changer.
I mean, let's be very honest. I mean, I don't know what Corden's really digging for because he has no real threat left in his deck. And you're not gonna put the other deck into fatigue because it had 10 more cards.
All right, there's Viper. I say you play it out of annoyance at this point. doesn't even have holy spells left.
Playing it out like a champ.
Yeah. So his deck is City Attacks Myrmidon, Viper, Cariel.
Yeah. Cariel was at 4 from the bottom, right?
It was literally 4th. Because the Dredge missed it.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been 3rd, technically. No, it was 4th. Yeah, it had to have been 4th. It was either... it had to have been 4th.
It had been 4th from the bottom. The worst spot it possibly could have been in.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
1-1,
it happens.
It happens, and so now we know it's Holy Paladin, and what we got left is Hunter and Rogue. So,
All right. The good news is it's very difficult to be that unlucky again. So next game should be better.
So now we see Paladin versus Rogue.
Yeah.
We do see Boat and Open Hand for Pokemon, and we see the Null, which is good.
City
and tradable.
City Attacks and Equality together. That's tempting. Like, how do you... Like, the main way you lose this matchup is them getting an early board, right?
It is, but do you want to commit too much to just that one play, right? So there also the other way is just kind of start putting out things and just having ways to manage the board early. Yeah,
there's some quality pyro.
Yeah, that's also a good answer. I mean, both Light Rays in hand, if we can get going with maybe an early Maki roll, just early card draw, I think is also really good. And then you have the Shimmering Starfish is really good.
I like Hero Power
Sunfish.
here. Points too valuable.
Yep.
Yeah. Interest. Yeah, I think you Shroud, hope to hit 2 Rogue minions, and then 0 mana Wild Mill.
Gravitar's annoying.
Hey, that 0 mana 3/5 rush is pretty good.
Some say. Some say it's good.
It should be 7 mana.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways I think you could. Yeah. Akani is solid. Choosing next minion. Interesting.
I think it always has to be minion.
Yeah.
Like, you just look through his entire deck. What spell gets him out of this? Like,
but then he has coin still, so it's an easy throwaway. So here you test against spells, puts him at 5. And then are you willing to... You'd rather lose the Vicar over...
Oh, he's just going to be quality. Oh, he doesn't want to lose any value. Alright, I can see that. That's a Reckoning. I feel like Reckoning's the best in this position.
It's very solid, but just wants to make his guys bigger. It's board control, so I can see the value in it. The Reckoning was more just removing, one where this one is possibility of getting good value out of stuff. So,
Alliance Bannerman. That's interesting.
That into another hero power could be interesting to see what you draw. You can also draw stuff that is you can play this turn.
Light Raid's a 5/5, right? 5/5s are pretty good into Krakatoa, which is the main threat on 6.
Yeah.
So if he does do that, trade.
Really, it's not too heavy.
Like, I guess he can play 2 Light Rays next turn.
Yeah, I think that's the play. It's just getting it down, making it slightly bigger, right? The 6 does matter.
There's a Myrmidon Light Ray or Light Ray turn next turn. Oh, he chooses not to Krakatoa.
Easy tooth removal value.
Well, that's a Dread Mount.
Oh.
I feel like you have to pick Dread Mount, right?
I think you have to. I mean, we talked about infinite value, and that's one of them. Ooh,
I think Gigafin is above the other 2.
It does trade. Respecting the value, but
Like, my first instinct here would be, shimmering sunfish, light ray. Just have your opponent deal with it. But your opponent can't deal with it though.
that is the issue. Is there?
Mhm. Like, this is right, like 99% of the time. It's just the 1% he has to Giga Fin, where it's like,
Never lucky.
yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be frustrating.
Just watching Corridon process what just happened. Feels bad, man.
I know this feeling. This is.
Oh, that's a right. That actually gets him back in. He can
Yep.
Wild
Righteous
Pyro,
Defender.
Righteous Defense. Yeah.
Yes. This is. You'd like to see this.
Hearthstone got to give, and the Hearthstone's got to take away.
Take it away.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Doesn't hit the Leviathan, but I think we're okay with that.
Yeah.
We do see it does have scabs.
Hey, Scabs is so bad though, right?
Yeah.
You have to trade your. In order to make Scabs good, you have to trade off both the light rays. Like.
Using the Wicked Stab.
And here. Okay. Wait, why is he trading the face into the 5/1? Okay, he wants to get rid of Pyro. Okay. Yeah, this Leviathan's gonna save him though. Like, he is so far behind on cards, and this just gives him more cards.
And it's another threat we really don't want to bounce.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ew.
The Wild Pyromancer is another answer, right? Like, yeah. I think that's still the easier of the two picks. You want to have an answer in hand.
Vicar in hand.
Yeah.
So. Battle Vicar could give you.
What?
Wait, no, you don't trade that.
No. Why? I don't. We'll see if it comes back to haunt, right? I don't know. Maybe he didn't want it bounced, right? So maybe he just didn't want that card in hand,
yeah.
or Dominion in hand.
I mean, you had the space though.
Yeah, I'm trying to give alternate thoughts here.
All right.
Maybe he knew he's going to draw like a Holy Mockery roll on this Meriden. He was going to draw a bunch of cards and didn't want to have the full hand. I mean, nice. Okay. I think you battle Vicar here to see what you get.
Yeah, just. Oh, that's a Consecrate. That's good in this position. Because it kills off the.
Yeah. And then you can play down the Sunfish without. Go ahead, committing the Garden's Grace, just so.
Hard to kill. I really like that. Because this is your lifeline. Like, it's the one thing stopping Smite from just having a straight pass to the face.
How do you answer this? Your Pokemon right now, what are you thinking?
I mean, I'm thinking kind of have to crab. This is like nice and all, but how are you dealing with the Sunfish?
I mean, you can still crab here.
Yeah.
I mean, both. Okay. I mean, putting Blood on the bottom so you can bring it up with Smite later on is definitely a thought process here.
Alright, this is a big Edwin. Maybe I'm going to eat my words here. Okay, he just knew.
Yeah.
Man, that is a huge Edwin. 18-18 Edwin.
I mean, sometimes you just get rolling like it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a smite, but
Like what card gives what out do you have here? Because you've used both Sunfish, so you can't get one off Leviathan.
I think you have a life and Carriel.
Yeah.
Holy Mackerel is
really?
good.
Yeah.
The other Garden's Graves. The life steal to gain more life.
I mean, he's dead to smite, but there's nothing you can do. Like these Carriels have not been kind to Grarden.
It's not in the bottom 3, and it's not
In the top 20,
yet.
yeah.
Smite and yeah. That's it.
That's 30 damage. Just 32 with the weapon, yeah. He had more.
Yeah.
Man, really unfortunate games. Just shows how important Carriel is to the Paladin deck.
Well, yeah, it's the unlucky drawing. You are searching for one card, right? But
yeah.
We saw your opponent have more cards in their deck and still draw it. And so it does, hit a little bit different. And yeah, it's now it's down to Hunter. Corden does have to get through with Paladin and Shaman. So
I didn't even know about that interaction with Edwin. If it's just in your hand, he continues to grow. Or was I?
Yeah,
dreaming?
It has to be in hand when it goes off. You can't do it on the board and then bounce it back to your hand. I think.
Okay.
I think it loses the buff if it bounces back if you do it after the bounce.
So this is Quest Hunter versus Shaman, which has historically been heavily Quest Hunter favored.
Yeah, it does look like an uphill battle.
Yeah. You got the Brucon though. Brucon's huge.
And we do have.
Wait, 40.
I mean, when I made the comment, I don't know if you're on air yet, of going into playoffs and having one card hit the meta and change the meta. I mean, this is what happens.
This gives a massive advantage to Corden. Because, you just don't have enough spells in Hunter at the moment to justify putting 40 cards in.
Well, I think you are technically correct. We have seen it work out with the Paladin Mirror, where they were able to draw everything they wanted to with
that is
more
true.
Cards. So it's. I'm not going to put anything past it, but we see a lot of early Murlocs. So we see the Clownfish, which also is really good value. But just putting threats on the board early, I think, is the game plan here.
I would say, actually, Clownfish this turn is really good because you can Ravager next turn.
Yep.
Or
you just go ahead and fill the board. Yeah, not worried about. I'm okay with this.
That's a War Leader. Oh, Cookie.
Life gain, yeah, just kind of pushing everything further out of reach.
That's a good top deck. Above average top deck even.
He's not going to be happy about seeing that, but
He attacks with the one he wants bounced, so in case it was freezing. Yeah, I like that. I mean, you play Ravager here, right? You kind of just... or you just play 2 lifesteal minions?
Yeah, I think putting the 2 lifesteal minions down over even kind of the Florial, just to kind of make sure if he builds a board, you can kind of put it in check.
Alright, so he has... So the 2 lines I was thinking of were either the Arcane Shot multicaster, so he draws 2, or is is tracking does not have a spell on it, so it would be arcane and fire, or he wants to be greedy and have a frost spell too.
Yeah, I think you have to. When you have this many cards, you want to be as greedy as possible, right? And you think with 10 extra life, you can take that extra turn of damage. Guess is the mindset. Akani's decent, but I think here you just Ravager to get the best value and go face.
I think you want to go face, right? Because of the weapons.
Yeah. I mean, there's a chance you don't get complete value out of both if he's able to remove both at the same time, but I think it's okay.
He's drawn 3 here.
I've heard of it.
It'd be interesting to see, like, I think he has to kill the Ravager here.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
2-5. It answers the board, so I mean, I think
you do it. I also think you trade your Viper here. Interesting, he wants to get Cookie back. Well, actually, he's at full life then, right?
Yep.
Okay, no, that makes sense. All right, never mind. Not interesting. Correct. Yeah.
We do see the Macaw, and then we can go. We're on a 6 mana next turn, so maybe Blade Master.
So this upgrades his. He's halfway done the quest now.
Yep.
He is 2/3 of the way done the quest now.
He
is.
It's 3 spells.
Yeah, he's one more off. So yeah, you want to.
So you can do it next turn. Akani. You want a Sleepbreaker into Akani, so you can keep your Macabre for the other Akani, right? You're definitely, I think you're definitely Akani. And what you want to do is make him spend 2 spells because you can possibly catch Simultaneous on the activation if he gets to. Yep. Oh, I don't.
I think he's saving Macaw for Mutanus.
But if you're doing that anyways, then why wouldn't you just play it the other way around, just to have the option to play in the other Akani should the situation arise, right? Like
that was a really good top deck.
Yeah, that's not what he wanted to see.
I mean, he still has Mutanus Wind Chill. I don't think that Quick Shot counts, right?
No, it's not a spell played.
Yeah. I think you want to freeze that first, and see if his. Oh, it's so greedy. I don't think you can handle the greed, man.
No. I mean, if you're going to make that play, why don't you play Calmfish anyways to make Mutanus cheaper next turn?
It's a Bloodlust.
What?
I feel like he wants to hold on for Brucon next turn, maybe?
And just make a really big board?
Yeah. And then he can... I'm trying to think about the best Mutanus line here, but he might just draw all the cards already. Like, he needed to either... I felt that last turn was just too passive, right?
Yeah.
You need to force the issue. I really like the... Alright. Actually, it depends on what's in his deck. I think Bunker would have been the best value. But I'm just looking at Corridon's turn now. Like, everything looks bad. Like,
I mean,
you can do a Bloodlust line.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
he has
trying
to
to
use
think
Bloodlust here. He plays Fire. He plays Firemancer, Clownfish, and then Ravager.
Oh,
That's just
he's got to run some stuff in, right?
yeah. I would have swung first.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Does this work actually? Oh, he must be. It does work.
Mm-hmm. If he doesn't clear the board, then the blood lust is definitely lethal next turn.
Yeah.
Plays
Never
the
mind,
other
this
life
play's
steal.
amazing. I don't know anything
Yeah.
about the
I mean, that's we don't know anything. That's why they play the games, right?
Yeah.
Is the 3 damage left on board going to matter? Right. Let's see here.
I don't think so. Even in Wild, this was like almost never lethal. Heck,
But he's going to spend his turn just trying to clear the board, which is possible, right?
yeah.
Brucon can come down. What was the last battle cry played this turn? Do we know?
Last battle cry was it wasn't Cookie, it was Amalgam.
Okay. It's a lot of resources spent clearing the board, so that's always a plus.
I don't think he needs to like. This is too much, right?
Yeah.
Oh. I really like the Brucon. Like Mutanus, Brilliant Macaw can always be played next turn.
Yeah, just getting this down, putting 6 damage in, and you get a free hero power after this.
Yeah, I'd
2/3 cons.
I'd go 2/3s. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to start going on a crusade to the face at this point.
Yeah. And then even playing the.
I mean, you always swing here so that your 6 damage hero power is lethal. Earth.
Dialed it right up.
Mm-hmm. So now Pokemon is in a world of hurt.
Yeah, 32 is a lot of damage to get through. I mean, and you used a lot of it. A lot of your spells are already just gone.
Oh, I didn't know that this ancient Krakenbane even existed.
It is a lot of damage.
That is a lot.
But this is good.
What do you do here? I think you need to go for max disruption. Or you can Macaw and just... Does Macaw work with... Yes, it does.
Yeah, with Brucon, and just see if we get lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Always has it.
Always lucky. Yeah.
Always lucky. Woo! Taking it to game 5. This is
Happy with that win.
You know, you got. Yes, we're happy with the win. Now we go into what's left? Just Paladin versus that.
Yeah. It's
What
Paladin,
is-
alright.
I mean,
Alright, let's see Paladin get swept.
Which would be, anti-poetic for. You know, I am biased. You know, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, being on the team that Corden's on, and we need this win, right? So.
Yeah. No, that seems like a pretty neutral stance to me.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know with having the deck larger and more life if that benefits the quest hunter in this case. I don't know how much.
I think it benefits Paladin because Paladin wants to make this as slow as possible.
Yeah, and they have ways to recover a lot of health.
Yeah.
We know that the hunter is running Viper, right? We saw it in the cycling before.
With every step,
but he has to draw it.
Usually I see a paladin. I see righteous defense. I pick righteous defense. It's like a simple life.
I guess maybe the concern is just not going to be as early on. It's not going to be as much. Just on a lot of big minions hitting the board.
Blessed Goods does let you get down the light ray faster since it's a holy spell, right? It's a paladin spell. You can pick another paladin spell. Like you could have a turn 4. He would have. No.
Draw this. Let's see. Oh.
Yeah, Seed Buckler. Probably.
Yeah, I think that's the.
You start the beatdown.
Start putting pressure. Yep.
Oh, also, that's gonna be extremely annoying with the light ray. 2 turns. To spring the trap. Oh man. There's probably only freezing and explosive in the deck, right?
Explosive and ice trap. Looks like ice trap was.
Oh. Oh.
I think you just run this in just to see.
Yeah. It's the least. Okay, so the argument was never actually attacking face. Ever.
Yeah.
And just waiting until he gets what's his face online.
Yeah, so you're not rocking it early. Yeah, you can force the proc.
But then again, there was a fairly good odds that there was a freezing trap and a fire and explosive trap.
We see really the whole goal of the secret side is to burn through his deck as fast as possible. So he's mitigating the additional card by using that mechanic.
I really don't like the light ray. I think you just play Shimmering Hero Power. Force another Hero Power into a 1/1 to prevent Okay, he's not going greedy.
No, you just wanted to get the 5/5 down.
Yeah. Now here's the so that he knows the opponent, like Corridon knows that's freezing, right? He played the last game.
Yeah, high likelihood of that's freezing. We do see just the Holy Mackerel just making everything super cheap.
I mean, Samuro has virtually no value in this matchup, so I think to preserve. I mean, that's eventually going to be reduced down to nothing.
Yeah.
I still don't. But in the meantime, though, I think you play the Holy Mackerel here just to get rid of the ice trap. Right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of maybe he's thinking he gets something else off of one of the other value minions, right? Some other spell that he can throw away. Where Holy Mackerel is something that kind of reset the thing if he starts dealing a bunch of damage, right? So there's possibilities that it.
Well, his quest is complete with the.
Yeah. Definitely another freezing trap. And again, I mean, we already see the other light rays down to 4.
Yeah. I really didn't like playing that freezing trap there. Oh, that's a Cariel.
That's what you like to see.
If you're a Quarterfinals fan.
Yep, sorry. Unbiased. Thinking about maybe throwing Mr. Smite the bouncer, but again, you don't want to do that. I mean, I like your Samuro seems to be the best one, right? Because if it has the least amount of value this game.
Yeah.
But Cariel seems like a good play. I mean, if they have Viper, they have Viper, right? Like it kind of have to play like they don't.
I really like Cariel here. Just
2 damage swinging face. But no, going to just...
I
Maybe he's just... I don't know. Maybe he's trying to get Pokemon to commit to more damage to the face and then dropping Curiel and just healing afterwards. I don't know.
I really think you should have slammed Cariel here because at the very least, or maybe he's trying to set up an equality Samuro turn. But if he sets, the problem is with the equality Samuro turn is that if he does that and he plays into a Tavish turn, like where he dies, like a lot of the time, because if his opponent still has to coin. He still has a 3-drop spell that we know is either aim shot or shell shot, with the error being on aim shot because the shell shot's already been played. So he has to play the Cariel. Here, well, there's 13 damage on board and 13 life. So it's actually the exact same if he plays Cariel here or not. Actually, he clears a 3-man minion, so there's like 2 life hedge on Cariel.
But
2 life hedge.
It's too much damage in hand.
Yeah.
We're seeing resets already. And the problem is if he doesn't play Cariel, then it's another turn he has to wait to play Cariel.
So equality Samuro, heal up to 17 with Holy Mackerel. Play the Light Ray.
Yep. That is the play. Let's see if he sees that.
You know that's explosive, right? Actually, if it has to be Cariel because you gain 5 armor and remove 3 power.
Nope.
You go up to 18. You remove 3 power. You have 10 on board, so he's pushing. How much is he pushing? Pushing 4 and 2, so 6. So you're effectively at 14. And all his spells deal half damage, so he needs to have 7 hero powers. No, you need to have 5 hero powers. So 4 spells. Actually, he has that. He has that in spades. I don't think there's an out.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
You need to play Cariel.
The previous turn to hedge against the Tavish, yeah.
There we have it, folks.
Yeah.
Pokemon comes out with the Winwood Hunter. Hard fought battle to our fellow caster and EHLer Corden. See if I can get Pokemon in here to do a quick interview. The other match is going to be coming up shortly.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing those deep lines and you see, your opponent getting to the points where they have optimal hands and, their their quest is finished, and it's trying to find the one way to survive that one more turn, right?
Yeah.
Hey, here's Pokemon. How you doing? Congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you.
We saw, the double, large decks you brought. I mean, what was the mindset of, thinking through the 40 cards and the extra life opposed to just running the faster versions or the more slimmed down versions?
So I went onto Twitter and looked at Master Tour decks, and I picked the ones that I liked.
All right.
Good plan.
Yeah. But besides that, I guess, the logic behind it was having more health means I can go for a slightly slower game plan, too, which is a little bit nicer. Having the more cards, especially in the control deck, because I think in Paladin that was a massive thing, having those extra 10 cards.
Oh yeah, you can run more cycle with the heal vitalities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then with the hunter, it looked like the secret package was the way that kind of got through your deck a little bit faster, right? It was pulling secrets out. That was the mindset there. So, it looked like it mitigated the, kind of the downside of having more cards by just pulling them quicker. Made a lot of sense.
Yeah, definitely. Also having the multicasters and the hunter is really nice because they're usually draw 3, draw 4 cards, and 4 mana draw 3 is really good.
Oh yeah.
So draw 4. There's nature, fire, arcane. There.
And ice.
Ice. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep. Well played. I was trying not to be biased because you didn't knock us out of the playoffs. So
sorry about that.
Happens. It's Hearthstone. It was definitely well played. Close games, close matches. What was your thought going through the Paladin mirror match? Right. So you had the extra cards. Did you feel favored in that, or did you still feel like it was who draw Cariel first, or what was your mindset there?
I think that the matchup was a lot of who drew Cariel first still. That was what it was like the last time I was on stream too, where I believe I drew Cariel first and I just won. And Cariel is just still such a massive card to have in the matchup.
Did we not figure it out? It was the worst spot it could have been in for Corden.
Yeah, it was literally the fourth from the bottom.
It was fourth from the bottom. Yeah. So
that happening was game ending for him. There was nothing that he could have done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think once we saw the Smite played, right, and that's kind of always been Paladin's comeback, always ace in the hole, and once that's gone, I mean, there's some ways that build up some just bigger minions or whatever, but it definitely puts it in a much more difficult situation.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Played very well. Yeah, I mean, definitely interesting to see. What's your take overall, kind of on how the meta has changed just from the addition of one preview card coming into the playoffs? Did it make you prep differently, or what's your opinion on the effect on the meta?
I think that realistically it opens up slots where you will have two types of players, people who like the 40 card decks and people who don't like the 40 card decks, and it'll mean that there are going to be different versions of the same deck where it'll be 30 cards versus 40 cards, at least for the very beginning until we have actual stats that can line up with everything.
Yeah. You definitely played very well and brought the right lineups and got there. It was came down to the final game, but any thoughts? Any last opinions or thanks that you want to give out to people?
No, I don't think so. I guess I'd like to thank my Justin team and for everything they've been doing and for having a bunch of good weeks coming up to now.
All right. Well,
awesome.
Congrats again.
Congrats on the win.
Leave you to the rest of your evening there. So thanks for joining us, Pokemon.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Take care. All right. Next up, we got another legacy match, guys. So anxious to see. I think it was ex-teammates, but I could be wrong. With Anfall and Chronix. So take her away.
We're just jumping right into the next one.
Yeah, we're jumping right in.
Yeah. I can't weep. I can't have sorrows. I can't.
You basically just forget about that and then you move on, right?
Yeah, that's Hearthstone, right? Go on to the next game.
Do we know what the bands are?
We don't know the bands just yet. So. Oh, now we do. Speak of the devil. All right, so we have Chronic banning Shaman, and we have Anfall banning Mage. That's interesting.
All right. I mean, he hates Mage. That's understandable.
Yeah, so like I said, I think the personal hate for decks does come into play.
I know I've done that before. It's like, I know the correct choice, but I just don't want to play against this. So I'm just gonna get rid of the thing I don't want to play against.
So is that same goes for or for priest? That could be the same thought process.
It could be. I've had a lot of opponents just ban priest because I didn't want to deal with it.
Priest is that hidden threat. It's a thing that everyone hates.
I think mage mage might have more of the hate factor than priest
Currently, yes.
currently. Yeah, it's actually impressive. Like usually priest is #1 public enemy no matter what, but then this mage deck comes along and like ousts him, so there's a problem then.
I think it's when it's you see the mage start playing mailbox dancer and it's a bridge too far, right? You're like, no, we're not going to make
I've been conditioned against that. I think quest mage. I hate quest mage so much. It hurts.
Well, now we have to look forward to the wild little skeletons, right?
I mean, the skeletons look like a fiery meme at this point. So.
Yep.
All right.
So
anyway, I don't want to talk to you about infinite turn to bird mage enabled by mailbox dancers.
Well, we could talk about the other card that you hated once upon an expansion ago, but we'll leave that one alone, I guess.
I mean, it's just I don't like things. I just hate them. Like,
you heard it here, folks.
What can I say?
First here, folks. Something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He hates it.
Yes.
Like, if I'm neutral towards something, that's like the greatest like praise. It's like, I don't like you. I don't dislike you. It's like, oh.
So we're gonna get the players to get started here. So Anfall is gonna be first to spectate or bottom of the screen for our viewers, with Chronix at the top, representing the Hot Sylphs. Let them know they can rock and roll.
Right. With the mage ban, let's see what he has left. The mage ban. Oh, So, do you think Presto Druid's going to show up?
I always hope Presto Druid shows up. I love watching the games because no one knows what's going to happen next. Not even the player. Everyone is in the same spot as the caster, just guessing.
I mean, you just draw until you hit your Kazakhstan or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, there's ways to be more efficient playing it, right? So understanding where you can discount it. I mean, your goal is to try to get pressure out on 5, and if you can get it out on 5, then you're in much better shape, right? Because then you can start just drawing all your nonsense. Where it kind of fails is every turn after 5 that you're not playing Prester, you're falling behind. So it's one of those things that you get an early sense of if you're going to succeed or not, and then once it starts going, it's super hard to stop even without knowing how you're going to get there. It just finds ways to get there.
Yeah, there are like 6 or so ways to find Prester, though.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have some different tutoring abilities, and we saw in one match yesterday. Sometimes you just draw it on curve and you play it, and so it's there's a lot of ways to go get it. With the rigor, you can get it, the card that splits, and then you guarantee it, or you can just get. I forget some of the names of these cards. I know what they do. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely multiple ways to tutor for Prester, and that's kind of what you're hoping for. And going against it, you really want to just push damage fast, right? One of the things it can't do is, it can challenge early boards with either Pelican Driver or some other just, smaller minions, right? They're 2/3s, some decent stat values, just kind of controlling the board early so they just don't get overrun. But if you get rolling, you can just do too much damage, and even if they, 1 or 2 turns off pace of getting Prester going, you just do too much damage and you can't turn the corner. We have seen the Renathal, like I guess they're calling it the Water Druid, where it plays the Flipper Friends and the Naga Giants, and it's your typical ramp style 40-card deck. We saw that yesterday as well, so it could be either one of those. I have personal preference towards Presto just because I think it's more fun, but we'll see.
Fun, all right. All right. Oh, looks like they're
they're
in.
They are definitely in. We got Paladin for Anfall, and Chronix is Hunter.
Right. Looks like it's a 40 card aggro hunter. And he's debating on whether playing the Trog or the 1-3. Plays 1-3. All right, I like it.
Now we see what it is. And it's a decent start, right? I mean, from a Paladin perspective against Hunter, I mean, you don't have Cadriel in hand, but outside of that, I think you're okay with this start.
I mean, there's no buffs for the Trog either, so that's kind of a big deal. There's new quality. Well, there's a... Oh, that's a Revive Pet. Never mind.
This is the... This what I don't understand is if you're playing the Beast Hunter, why would you want to put more cards into it that kind of dilute the Beast pool, right? So then if you're not putting Beast into it, then what other cards are you really putting into it that make it better? Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know much about 40 card decks other than that they're really good in Dark Lair, but so
you
retract that.
You gotta look for the additional values, right? That's good. You're looking for the upsides. I like it.
Yeah.
But we do see. I mean, the double Trog here. I mean, like it is. The thing is, even though they want to play a bunch of spells, it's not a lot of damage coming out, right? They're not buffing up the Trogs. There's not a way to make them any bigger. And at some point, equality is going to come down and just remove the board. So the double Trog start is not as threatening against a Paladin.
Oh, looks like he didn't attack with a vicious Slither Spear.
Well, maybe it's not going to matter. But we don't see the weapon for the Hunter, so it's definitely a slow start, which is Paladin is really happy to see. And again, he's just going to Hero Power Pass.
There's a peasant. Man, this is a slow start for the Hunter.
Yeah, this is.
By slow start, I mean 4/1 drops and just beating down with Trogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that slow?
He's got 6 damage to the face.
Yeah.
So.
Now this Cariel's gonna murder this peasant.
And just make everything super cheap.
Yeah.
And then we got the Myrmidon Holy Mackerel to draw a bunch of cards later if he wants to. The Flash is going to draw a card and heal back most of the damage that was dealt. And we don't see the Beast Engine. Having the Bear in hand is actually not the best, right? You're not getting the cheat and the value at all.
The sick pet collector, though.
It is, because if they have Crush, which you assume, that's really, you got one Bear left, one Crush left, and both Rams, right? That's typically the only pets that are left. That are left.
All right, time to give the opponent 3 Trogs.
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you do, right? Like,
you fill the board so they can't play anything. I mean, there's an actual game plan here where if you just fill it with Trogs, you'll gladly trade that extra 4 damage a turn or whatever, 3 extra damage a turn that you're giving them, so they don't play any other creatures.
Yeah. I mean, here's the problem is you kind of want to play the Myrmidon and draw them off the Myrmidon, which is giving him an avenue to play something else. But if you wait a turn, what happens here?
I think you just Righteous Defender the 4/4, and you just fill it the board with 1/1s, and you just say go.
All right.
Right? You wait till you get a board clear, right? But you can do the same play you're going to do this turn with more mana next turn.
I would not use coin. Stop. No.
Yeah, see, this is where it all goes backwards, right? So now you just gave him the ability to push through, right? The Ram would have been, his whole hand would have been useless this turn. Yeah, you're taking 7, 8, 9, but really, this is much worse.
You should clear off 2 more mains before playing the Hydrauldon. Actually, he doesn't want to play the Hydrauldon at all, right? You kind of just want to play the Ram. Or Ram, charge in, hero power, push 4. That seems
Yeah.
really good.
That seems really good. I think this one, because he sees a revive pet, that the chances are that you're getting it back, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's absolute at that point. So just kind of pushing damage, knowing that it's cleared the board twice. Which, ironically, Paladin does have multiple abilities to clear the board. And this is going to give him 7 health.
I think do you tempo the Myrmidon? I don't think you do, because if that gets cleared, you kind of lose.
And you know it's going to get cleared through either Revive Pet, which there's 2 of in the deck, and 2 Rams, which there's 4 cards that have the possibility of just clearing this off. And you have the answer in hand of just refilling your hand, right? So next turn you would have 7 mana. That's 4 cards you can draw on. That would put him at 8 cards in hand. So
yeah, if he clears this, there's no comeback. Well, there is comeback.
I mean, the carry off the top is always a comeback,
yeah.
Right? That's always the answer. The answer is always the same. You just want to have better chance at drawing that answer. And, the Garden's Grace becomes free at that point, right? So there's a lot of better ways. You could have easily made it,
I always think you lead with Revive Pet, yeah. And there's the funny Hydrolodon card.
Oh, he did have 1 pet in there already. Okay, good.
Wait, I always thought that seems like I would have Hero Power and just trade in. Oh wait, they don't have Rush.
They don't have Rush coming out of that, right? Oh. So when there's something like that, they only have Rush when they come from him.
Never mind, I would have looked like a fool if I would have suggested that play. Good thing I didn't.
No one thinks that. So here, I mean, you can Wild Palomancer, Maki Roll, kill Hydrodon, right? So you can do 5, 3. Yeah, you can kill off this board. So there's the answer to that. So, and there's only 2 cards in hand. So I mean, I think this is the play here. You need 5.
Want this game to go longer. Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to use the 0 cost one.
No, you can use the 1.
Oh yeah, you're right. You can say the 0 cost for.
This also completely annihilates the
revive
pool,
pet.
Right?
Yeah. We do see tracking, so there's chances. I mean, from the hunter's point of view, what are you looking for? Like, if you tracking?
Tavish.
Yeah.
I think Tavish.
Tavish all day. So this is just players looking for hero powers, or their heroes.
Ooh. I mean, you always lead a tracking, since you can have you're never putting the ramming mount on the mountain bear, right?
I don't say never, but I'd say it's way more probable that they tracking first and you're not playing it on the bear. I'd never say never, but highly unlikely, let's say.
That's an oppressive ambassador Phelan, I see.
If you have 40 cards, why not, right?
Yeah.
Let's put another 5 cards in there. 3.
And a mere 3 cards.
A mere 3 cards. Ooh, this is nice. I mean, do you use it now and just make it a 1/1 and just kind of just keep it on board and just take 1 damage a turn? You really don't care?
I think you attempt peaceful coexistence first and just hero power.
Yeah.
Because a 5/3 isn't going to kill you anytime soon, right? It's the 8/8 crushes. That's the one that's going to get you.
Yeah. Because we got to assume that there's no more beasts outside of crush, because both Rams. So you have the other Rams, right? Which would just put either Ram or Crush, right?
You have the Holy Mackerel in hand, so it's you're not exactly afraid of dying anytime soon.
I think this, from a Paladin's point of view, this is these are the tricky turns, the turns that you really do nothing, and understand that that's the best play, right? And it's really counterintuitive to just competitive environment in general. Is just the best play often is to do nothing. Not often. There are times in control scenarios where the best play is to do nothing.
All right. So this second mountain bear is looking really nice. Because you've already seen a inequality, right? And you've already seen a righteous defense. So this bear probably is going to stick around for a turn or 2. And you can push 7.
Yeah, I guess the concern here is, though, if you play them both and they have an answer, then it answers them both, right?
Mhm.
So is there a mindset of like, I'm not going to kill him, maybe do I try to rush him down faster to just get underneath Cariel, which is a thought process, and it's a good one, right? There is the risk of, I guess, the thought process of if he has answers for both.
Oh, that's a peasant. That's actually huge. I think you kind of want to put the ramming mount. Yeah, just to protect peasant.
Yeah.
Do you trade the? Oh man, he is. This peasant is his lifeline. Like.
So let's draw some card. A card at least.
Yeah, I'd take it. That's above average at this point in the game.
Yeah, you're really looking for the Pyromancer to clear off the peasant with the Righteous Defender, right? I mean, I think Light Ray, even using Garden's Grace here, right? Just to make it harder to get through. You're wasting your 2, you force them to waste a 2/3 on it, right? And then you hero power afterwards.
I mean, the peasant has ramming mount on it, so if it attacks, it's going to become immune.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think you have to commit Light Ray here, because you kind of... Like, it's really annoying, but it's like an 11 Divine Shield taunt.
Yeah, I mean, that's always good.
That's always good.
Yeah, I think that's always good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thought also is like, is there any ideas to Righteous Defense the Mountain Rare to make it just smaller? I mean, I don't know if the math changes. 6, 5 is 11. So that does make it where it's still one off either way.
There's another 1-drop at the bottom of the deck, right? So this Kaniatron can draw something else, theoretically?
Theoretically, yes. I think it was the other Naga. 4, 5.
I think you played the bear here.
Yeah.
Because you want to... do you play...
Well, it's the same mindset around, like, if you... Yeah, I think you just play it anyways, right? Because the greater chance that they can clear it once, but clear both taunts. Let's see here.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to Righteous Defense your face, so yeah, flash the light. It doesn't work, I promise.
28 on Smite would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be amazing, right? Back when, what was it? You destroyed Demon, the 0 cost destroyed Demon, and it killed Draxus. Yeah, those were the days.
This Smite's going to be huge. I think you just hero power, though. You don't want to pop.
I think you hero power and just.
I guess you want to force a.
I don't know the value of not hero powering, right?
Yeah. You always pick Slither Spear because it's a card draw, and you have another dredge for the harpoon gun. So you kind of will want to hit a beast, and that heightens the chance of hitting a beast.
And so far today, I mean, we've seen Paladin just struggling when they don't draw a Cariel. I know it's a surprise.
What?
I mean, oh, hey.
Did you say the magic word?
That's the caster curse right there, guys. Like that, you have to use it as a skill.
All right, we got a game now.
Chronics with a big reaction. Did not like seeing that Cariel coming down.
I mean, and then does that give you a line that there may be not a Viper in this deck? Because it just makes your draws from your beast that much worse.
Your pet collector is going to be like, that's a Phelan. That's huge.
Yeah.
Because if you get, you're not going to get the harpoon gun, but you're going to get something.
Gravito's good.
I think you want Zillag. Because Zillag's 4 to the Fate. Or
no, the board though. The problem is that it's only good when there's enough board space, right?
I mean, you want refill. Ozmot's the best refill, but Zillag's the best minion.
I don't know. Yeah, Ozma, I don't know if it actually is good into your opponent, right? You've already seen a lot of the taunt come down. Like, you're worried about Smite killing you from the hand.
I don't think you want to revive Pet here because there's a very high chance you're just going to whiff.
Snowy did not whiff, but he had choices of which way he wanted to go with it.
Yeah. It's not unique minions, right? You can just summon multiple heads, right? I'm not crazy?
What do you...
Because, like, sometimes you get 3 heads from the Hydralodon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can. That is correct. I'm pretty sure that's correct. I've known to be wrong before, but I think that is correct. This is easy.
Big summer.
Yeah, this is a...
Yeah, this is how you enter the board.
I mean, you're at a... Actually, you have a Holy Macro Lance, so you gotta heal 20 next turn if you so desire.
Yeah, I think you're safe at 20, which is... When you're at 10, it looks kind of scary. I mean, I guess technically you can be at 19 damage if they get it on an odd number, right?
Wait, does tracking mess up the dredge? Does anyone know?
I mean, does it shuffle your deck?
I don't think it shuffles, but
I don't think it's, unless the card says shuffle your deck, then it doesn't shuffle. It doesn't mess with your deck.
Or attempting peaceful coexistence with the Samuro.
I think if you're the hunter, you have to push as much damage and hope they don't have Holy Mackerel in hand.
So the hero power, put them down to 8. Weapon is 2, so that's 6.
7, 8.
6.
9, 10. So you have
5,
2, 4.
You can put them down to 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to go for it. But the Holy Mackerel is going to get 11 bumps next turn, right? Because 0 and then 10 more.
Oh, this guy just high rolls like crazy. That. Wait, no, you swing with the... unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, that one's is a little bit costly because it leaves a lot of damage just not pushed.
I mean, it's 1 damage not pushed, right?
Yeah, I guess if you're going to trade it anyways, it ultimately doesn't matter. But
no, wait, you had to trade a.
You should have
traded a Mountain Cub too. So
yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see how much he heals up here. Like, does he want to fit into hero power? Does he want to play the anointment?
I think it comes down to like the hero power is not so much. It's just if he wants to play the anointment instead of 2 life, right?
I think he wants an equality here, so he plays anointment. Like, equality seems a lot more important than 2 health, especially when there's a difference between 26 and 28.
Yeah, exactly. And your opponent has to get through all of it the hard way, right? So it's not like it's
there's not gonna be a Rust Dropper. There's no Rust Dropper Viper tech in the Beast Hunter.
As I mentioned earlier, I think it would just make the deck worse, right? And make all your beast mechanics just less impactful off the chance you just draw it, right? That's a King Crush, but Smite is just bigger.
Do you ever just place... Like, how big is Smite?
I mean, it's 15-15. Oh, here we go.
Pretty good.
Lots of answers here. I mean, if we can... another Holy Mackerel.
That's a Garden's Grace.
That is a Garden's Grace.
I think you want the Flash of Light, though.
Draw a card, get deeper into your deck, and then gain 4 health, which is 8 health effectively, right? I think you play the anointment here.
Yeah, you always play anointment first, so you can hero power.
Ooh, that's even more. So now you hero power to guarantee it goes on Smite.
I don't know if you want it on Smite, though. Actually, yeah, you do want it on Smite.
Yeah, I think you want it on Smite, because everything else you just want to clear, and Smite you want to just go phase. That's how you beat him.
Alright, he doesn't swing. I feel like he needs to start trying to clear off these Mountain Cubs.
Yeah. And you're only taking 1 damage, right? So I think it's...
That was the actual worst card in his deck to draw. Because his Pet Collector doesn't hit anything now, right?
I think it doesn't have one of the Rams? Oh, I guess he's running this rat.
Yeah, what do I know? Yeah. Yeah. Wait, why do you... Shouldn't he have attacked with the 2-2 into that to prevent the 1 damage? Because it's...
I mean, equality here is brutal.
Quality here is opponent's filled with sadness. Yeah. He has a fairly good chance of hitting it, too. 4 cards left in deck.
I mean, here you think you're not going to be down the board, so let's just do some math, and that's always good on the fly. 12, 17.
I really...
Plus 3 is 20, that's 10. Yeah, there's the equality. I think you have to take it, because if you do it, then the game's just pretty much done. And then you swing, take that. So now effective damage on board is 12, 13, 18. So 9 plus hero power is 10, 11.
That Coda Bean's huge. I mean,
you can do 10 without casting the spells.
I think you want to cycle.
Yeah. I mean, overcommitting at this point, it doesn't seem like the best. Because if they I mean, I guess if they have it anyways, but you may want to just keep something on the board just to additional threats.
Oh, that's actually... That wing commander, what's his name, is really good.
Eichmann?
Yeah. Because if you get the Ozamat off of it, it clears the board.
Yeah.
I forgot it was Ozamat and Zilleg, and Zilleg's a demon.
Demon, correct.
Really, it's not too heavy. Cards.
I mean, and it buffs the taunt, so, I mean, a nice big wall. Swinging. I mean, this is and quietly, Mr. Smite is now a 24/24. And so he is dead to board in hand if we don't get rid of the 10/10.
I think Ozamat's the last beast in his deck besides the Sunken Saber.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yes. I mean, I'm trying to think.
He's running 2 Asharan Sabers. Conversely, he can get a a selective breeder, hit Sunken Saber.
Yeah.
Wait.
Anakin Crush? How? Oh, it drew the copy of it. That's right. But again, this is just dead to board.
Yeah, dead to board.
In hand. This is it. I think that's the problem with Ozamat. It's just so slow. Like, like it.
I think you had the wing commander.
Yeah. And I think well played by Paladin. Survived. We saw a different take on Hunter. 40-card Hunter deck. We've seen 2 different 40-card Hunter decks going different directions. We'll see now that the Paladin is through. What I forgot what was the ban? What did
Mage and something else?
Mage and Shaman. Handful Shaman is banned.
Banned.
Yep.
So we got Demon Hunter and Mage that need to get through. Okay.
Yep.
And we haven't seen the Druid yet, so seeing a 40-card Hunter deck kind of gives me some feeling that's going to be a 40-card Druid deck. And I have seen a 40-card Shaman deck too that is also a Quest Shaman.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's viable, but I have seen it. So maybe it's the 160 lineup ring, right? Every card is 40. Every deck is 40 cards.
I don't know, man. These 40 card decks are getting me. They're either the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. Like if you're targeting the matchup and it's aggro, you make all 40 card variants and you're just happy. But if it's not aggro, I just feel like you're actively going against your game plan. Well, there's a Barbara and Amulet.
So control shaman, it looks like, right? And this looks like you're just your standard. The PC version of is Big Spell Mage. Early diver is good. It's not as critical against the control shaman, right? To keep the early stuff in line. When you do see a coil fang.
I guess against shaman you can't guarantee the Barbara gets off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to play Pelican here? Like you're trading into a 2-1. Hypothetically.
The question always is you don't have an idea of what the deck is, right? So if it's a full blown, just straight shaman, Murloc shaman, then the diver makes sense because you're controlling the early board, right? But it's not a lot of value, right? So maybe you just keep it and.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I guess
do you play
saw
for
the
value,
Swarmer.
or do you play to stay alive in this mage deck? Because your end game probably beats the opponent's end game.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those, like, the question is like, if you don't play diver in the first couple turns, when do you actually play it? Because it's a card that takes a turn to get online, right? And so then it just becomes another card in your hand, and if it's another card in your hand, then you might as well just have it on the board just for something to interact with.
Alright, he's slamming Watch Post on 2.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
easy. This is an easy one.
Come on, do it.
Mailbox. There's nothing to ramp mailbox to, and giving your opponent the coin where you're not going to utilize it first, maybe something. Coil Fang is not exactly a stellar turn, so I think you just far Watch Post. There's not an easy way to answer it on board, so it has to come from the hand, which we see them have, but it does.
It's a very easy Frostbite, though.
Yeah.
That's new. Frostbite must be brutal for this deck. Now that I'm thinking about it. There's not very many spells.
No, I think here you just eat the spell cost, right? So I think you just cast the coin.
You just coin hero power.
Yeah, coin hero power seems fine. Even putting a minion down and then using the free to clear out the other one is fine too, right? I think both these are solid plays. I like getting something on the board because they committed one Swarmer, so it gets rid of the Swarmer. Yeah,
the first Swarmer is much bigger deal than this. Makes the second and third a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a bio. Does he run any burn? Like this?
I know the Frost.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. I think Frost was really the only thing now you can draw it off of school teacher and stuff, but it's not as consistent. And we do see another Watch Post, which unfortunately you don't have a way to easily play because we use the freezing ability on the 1/1. So maybe Diver here. No, just gonna slam it to get the 1 value out of it. I don't know.
Kind of wait.
Yeah, he does trade. Please tell me going into 4/3. No, I don't know.
I really wanted him to trade that so he's forced to answer from hand. Well, he knows he has what the answer from hand is. It's the schoolings, right? Piranhas.
It is, but it forces that commitment, right?
Yeah.
Opposed to just having an answer already on board. And there's no additional value of keeping your other 2/3 up, right? If you're given the chance to save one of these, of chance of it actually staying up and forcing a decision for your opponent, one of these minions has that outcome more than the other, so therefore you want to keep it. And it doesn't allow this play, right?
Because I really like the school teacher pickup.
Yeah. School teacher, for me, is probably one of the best cards to come out. I think it's just such a great...
it got nerfed, so...
Even when it got nerfed, I still think it's very good. It's just a lot of value. And see, this is the thing, now doesn't need to trade. No, you don't need to. You don't need to. Just go face.
Because this mage deck is a war crime mage, so it's there's no early game outside of minions. Yeah.
and it has no life gain. It has some armor stuff, but nothing.
So now does he play the mailbox and then smothering the mailbox? Big brain plays right there.
It is, but I mean, it's kind of. And we do see, I guess they are running Bloodlust and Control Shaman as just another out. Interesting.
I don't think this is control. If it's running Bloodlust, it's like a minion Smork deck.
Well, the Control Shaman, I guess it has a couple of variations, but it does. I mean, with the School Teachers, we saw the Caverns, right? Or we see the Snowfall Guardians, Brucons. I mean, we call it Control, but it's just mid-range.
He really wants this Magister online.
We don't see Belinda, which is kind of the card for Mage that they want to see to kind of get everything going. And this Coral thing, while it's interesting, I don't know how much value like that shutdown turn, because this late in the game, they already have a lot of cards in hand. Spammy's
a clear. I mean, I think you just do it, right? Like, you got 2 Spammies in hand.
Yeah, I mean, and again, the Diver had no impact because ultimately it was going to get cleared anyways. So I think you got to Spammy.
I think Diver forced out more stuff, so to make Spammy better.
True. Yeah, there you go. Looking at the upside, I like it.
Yeah.
We do see the clear.
Also, it was never guaranteed that he'd play a 1 health minion.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, he gets offered so many bios.
And it's
still the wrong deck.
The scroll here, I mean, schooling.
I really like scroll because schooling and bio.
They just don't seem. Yeah. And then Dawn Grasp is in hand. It's not great, but the thing is that your hero power can get big, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not so much upfront value. It is just late game pushing potential.
I think it's 7 mana.
It fits curve, yeah.
Fits curve.
I was looking at the structure.
You have played 0 fellow school spells, but what can you do, right? Like, you're gonna either hold out till a Dragfire, which is arguably never coming, or potentially never coming. I guess you delay Wildfire or Wildpaw Cavern's turn.
I think Cavern or turn, right? Just because that's just annoying. Yeah. No, this looks great.
And then you can actually, if you amplified Snowman hero power the 4/2 to freeze it, then you can Magister coin ping it, and that's a level up.
Yeah. I like this. I mean, it's always good to set up a free hero power into Dawn Grasp, right? Like, I think that's optimal. Now you are floating 1 mana because you're doing a turn 8, but that is acceptable.
I like my play more. Okay, but anyway, I think it's a Shaman's in the driver's seat here. The mage didn't cast any mage spells, so they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Don't stand in the fire. It looks appealing because there's 11 health on the other side of the board, and you got a 1/1 that you can just trade into.
I definitely. I mean, I think that's an option. Windshell is also just cycle, right? So just draw more cards, get through your deck, right? Get Brucon going.
Here's the thing, though. Like, you're committing to Wildpaw probably next turn, right? So with that in mind, the 1 Overload is going to prevent you from having 1 mana. So 4, and then you just need 4 mana to fill out your curve, and you have a Noggling and a Clownfish. Actually, you have 5 mana, so you have the Noggling and Clownfish, yeah.
I mean, we see the Frostbite come down. I mean, yeah, it clears the board, but it's not. I do like your play a little bit more.
Also, the Frostbite's huge. because he has one mailbox to answer left, and otherwise he can't cast spells.
That is true.
Yeah. All right, let's see if Dawngrass Ping Mage can get there.
Hey, I love Ping Mage. Ping Mage always has a chance.
Yeah.
And this is so we have 4. So like the next one's going to be. I mean, this is a free basic.
All right, he's going all in.
And Spammy's going to answer it. I mean, I think you can even wait a turn.
He fought a Bloodlust with the coil, right?
Mm-hmm.
You always hero power the 3/4 first.
Always.
Yeah.
That is your win condition now, is hitting them for at least 6 every turn.
Yeah. And now you play the Spammy.
Now, if you want to be greedy, you just play the... Hey, I'm saying, but if you're greedy and just play this, right, then, I mean, that's just 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18,
damage.
19. But it's just 12.
You're taking 18 extra damage. You're taking 18 damage here, right? If he plays the last schooling, buffs up everything, and then just...
Runs the schooling in, yeah. Runs the last schooling in to clear it out, yeah. But is not going to commit, it doesn't look like.
This is the best Bloodlust turn you're probably ever going to have.
I do agree.
Oh, he's doing it. Okay. He's not doing it.
I mean, it is a line, right? And not punish. Pelican Diver is not the answer you're looking for, right? But we do see Spammy come down and take care of this next balloon.
Actually, this probably thinks that. Okay, so this probably makes it so that he thinks that
she doesn't have it.
Doesn't have it.
Yes, that was big brain play.
Now that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the Spammy's amazing now.
And there's that 11. Now, you can't trade the rune back in, right? But Belinda can still discount the other ones. So then it makes the rune can be played at some point. So there is an out. I think you play Pelican Diver here just to play it down, right?
You think maybe your opponent has Mutinous? You want the Smotherings to...
Yeah,
Oh, that's a Brucon. Is it Brucon here? Probably is, right?
Yeah, I mean, do it now so there's not a massive threat, and that way you can do whatever you want to do next turn. And you're going to do
Bolner. Okay, you can. I see the line. You can play Clownfish this turn, except for a massive Bolner turn with.
No.
Because I was thinking more if you play Clownfish and you play Bolner, Mutanus, Amalgam, just ruin his complete, just shred his hand.
Yeah. No, we saw a very similar play here, just really building up the board and not making sure they don't have it. Now you still have Bloodlust in hand, right?
I don't think that worked how he thought it was going to work.
But is it good enough?
Yeah, probably is. That always hits Bloodlust.
Mm-hmm.
This is an amazing Bloodlust board.
But we know we can get rid of 3, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then we have Treasure Guard to stop. So, I mean, it definitely reduces the overall value.
I mean, you have a Poisonous Rush minion, so the Treasure Guard is giving moral support at this point, drawing a card.
Just drawing a card. And it saves a little bit of damage here. Go and just clear the board instead of going face. Like it, and I think you can just play the Treasure Guard as a speed bump, if you will, right?
I really think you should Bolner Mutinous, because he doesn't have 3 spells in hand, right? Do you know?
No, well, that's the question. Is that the next spell is cost more, so maybe you're just putting them on having way too much, just way too expensive.
Yeah.
In any other minions, they should have been dropped. So maybe you put them on 1-star fish. Is it worth getting rid of the 1-star fish?
I mean, he's drawing a card too,
Yeah.
right? So you could eat the card draw as well. But I really like.
And it's slow, methodical, chipping them down, right? There are no answers yet, and even dragons at this point, not all of them are instant wins. And now you put them on the.
Wait. If you would have played Bloodlust last year, and he could have pushed 9, put him down to 6, and then have Brucon be lethal.
And barbaric now is painful.
Yeah,
because
it's online. Yeah.
Oh, never lucky. if you hit Bloodlust was forever unplayable.
Yeah. Bloodlust is lethal, right?
It should. Yes, yeah. It is in fact lethal. At a 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, so Frostbite wrecks the mage deck. That's always good to know.
Put that in the back pocket for the next round. All right. So now we have Shamans through for Chronix, and Anfall has the Paladin through. So are you just running Mage back again?
I think you do, right? It's Mage, so. I'm acting on instinct. My sorcery. Got a really good chance to scam.
Yeah, we definitely see Firewatch Post double Pelican Diver early. Yeah, I mean the problem with Pelican Diver also activates your Rams for your opponent if they have them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I just kind of want. Do you ever keep Rune? I don't think you do, right?
No, I don't think so because I think you just higher chance to draw it, and Belinda gives you a chance to draw 2 cards, right? So it's like I'd rather just have things to do early than just the assurance that I have a random card on turn 9 or 8 with the coin, which you're never going to coin out really. This is a much better start.
Oh yeah. Wait, did he? I think Kurnik sent back the 1/3.
He did.
Yeah.
I guess looking for the weapon, looking for other activators first, right?
He figured that Trog was the better of the 2 1-drops, and he had a biscuit in hand, so.
The thing is, like, this just gets answered by Diver and Ping. You can your board.
I think you played a 2/3, yeah, just to get.
Yep.
Something.
Just build the board a little bit, and then you already have the second one in hand, so you can stop the next one. And you got far watch post out, holding on to coin as long as possible for hopefully Belinda. If you don't get Belinda, then you have your bigger spells that you can draw into.
Peasant was not the draw he wanted here because
it easily countered by Ping.
Yeah, so he kind of wants to play Ping or Peasant with a Ram or some buff spell.
Mm-hmm.
So this turn, with that in mind, this turn's probably just gonna be a quick shot, kill the 2/3.
Yeah, you want to clear the board because if not, then you can't do it next turn or you're committing a turn slow. Yeah, just makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a parrot. Did you know that thing used to be 8 mana?
Did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and no one played it, and then dropped to 6, and then everything.
It actually did see some play. It was in an Infinite Quest deck that got buffed, or an Infinite Turn deck that got buffed in WoW.
Yeah. I always love the words infinite and turns in card games, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it wasn't infinite turns. It was only something like 20 something in a row.
And you can always mess it up somewhere, right? Yeah. You always have the chance of screwing up, but yes, relatively infinite. Now this over the watch poke. What was the the thought here over?
Wants to attack with a 2/3.
But are you really worried about pushing damage? I guess you're worried about trading, right? Like you want to be able to trade on board, but you can freeze anything that's on the board. So anything that I don't know. I mean.
I kind of like attacking with 2/3s. Feel like it saves up your mana for something else then.
Does not buff it.
I mean, it's dying anyway. Do you really want a 2/2 on the... Oh, it uses the ping here instead of... Okay. I thought the ping would be more valuable since it's discounted at 0.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with that. Like, and having that 3 health doesn't really change the math anywhere. Opposed to being at 1 health. I mean,
Alright,
you
ping
just
mage is putting in work.
Your one's more dressed, right? Like that's the card that people second.
I have no idea. I didn't
He
see it
does
last
not.
game.
Yeah, he does not. I'm gonna guess he does not, but based on how he played, maybe he should have. Pet
did you get this?
collector.
Oh, I guess the Rat King.
Give me
Oh, that's a Barbara.
He's gonna wish he played that Ram earlier.
I mean, you just coin out.
Yeah.
Trade
So
it.
yeah, you just don't want to. You don't want the discount to hit your coin.
That's finally a fair and balanced ramming mount.
But it's still playable.
Good old Scamulet.
I think you have to put a Tawny on spell here because you're about to get wrecked. It is on spell. Alright, so this Devouring Swarm. So you hit in with Rat King, then you Devouring Swarm with Rat King. Right?
Yes. But no.
But you get the Pet Collector back, which is probably a bigger deal. Wait, no. Devouring Swarm the 2/3. So you're...
They worked out.
And there should be one more health on the Rat King, right?
Yes, but the end result was just getting Pet Collector in hand, I think. But yes, I think there was a more efficient way to do that.
Wow. Alright. I kind of want to look on Krunik's face here. He's probably super mad.
Mailbox dancer does it again.
Chronic is just shaking his head. What else can you do?
Yep, that's a brood mother. Oh, look at that. That's a good.
Look at that.
Yeah. Things that have recurring effects. I've heard they're pretty good.
They're above average, especially for 3 mana. I don't know how he gets out of this. He needs to actually he picked up Ikman. Ikman is you have to Stormpike into the what's it called? Broodmother, right? You trade.
It's 6.
Hope for the best. Because you have to clear power. And you have to get rid of your ramming mount.
And the other, like your ramming mount just goes back in, so you're not getting any value out of this. There's no additional value from the coin going to your hand, so that tells me that is the correct play. But no, we see.
You actually you want it to die, so that you can Ikman out and hit the whelps, and each time a whelp dies, you get the beast.
Yeah.
So I really think you should Stormpike Ram into the Broodmother, just to guarantee that his Sunken Saber has a target to kill. I mean,
gotta do something.
Yeah.
Make a choice. Does not make any choice.
I mean, this is... Oh no, there's a coin in hand. Oh no.
Yeah, we've played this game before. Now, the chances, but it's 50-50, right? It can go to 10 mana.
That is true.
So I think just the easy 6 mana, it's twice the cost as the original. But it's still 2 dragons. They are random, and they are pretty good.
Random. Yes, this is random. Yes. You sure? Like, I really think the 4-3 should have hit into the 8-8.
Mm-hmm.
Because
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Ikman needs to kill. It needs to kill the minion. So if this, yeah, oh,
That's good.
that's good.
But as good as it can be, I still think it's still not enough, though.
He needs to.
Sure. Yeah.
I really would have killed. Yeah, if he was the crush would have hit the broodmother, then the Hydrolodon could have killed the parrot. Instead, you got nothing, and he's got. And you have to send the Hydrolodon into the something, otherwise you're dead, right?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I agree. I think at that point it's like having to make that decision then, because it only. I think you needed to do that because you needed to have both. You need to have 2 taunts at that point, right? Because you didn't have enough space for double taunt.
Oh, is this lethal? Yeah, this is lethal.
This is lethal.
Yeah, it's lethal.
Yeah. He needed both taunts up.
Yeah.
And even them spammy has some plays here. They could have gone through.
Spammy would have actually Spammy alone would have won the game because the Hydrolodon's face and it would have cleared up
through everything. Yeah.
Through everything except for your big guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, we see the 40 card hunter just not getting there fast enough, and we saw some good value out of Mage.
That wasn't the hunter.
We have to have controversy, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it turns out a 3-mana Drakefire Amulet is severely undercosted. Like, who would have known?
Yeah. And then, with the parrot, you get no choices on your dragons, and they were probably the ones you would have picked anyways, right? Big body on board and one that was active with Rush, and then had the additional value of being immune because there was other hatchlings on the board. Insane value. And so now we have, what is left? Just Demon Hunter for Anfall?
I think Demon Hunter is.
We haven't seen the Druid. We haven't seen the Druid yet, so it could be. Nope, we're seeing the Hunter come back. So,
he hasn't had a weapon on curve yet, so he's due for one.
Unless that's one of the cards he didn't add to the deck for some reason, because we haven't seen it.
We literally saw it the first game.
Shh.
Okay, what do I know?
Come on, maybe got dropped off. But that is the problem with 40 cards, right? Your mulligans just become that much harder, and you have to be super aggressive with your mulligans. So if it's not your top 3 cards, you have to just mulligan everything away.
In order to make Renathal decks better, I think they should put Molten Giant back in Standard.
Oh yes.
I feel like it really needs to help. Wait, he pitched Fell Barrage with the Metamorphin in hand.
I think you're looking for a weapon, right? it's...
He got the weapon.
I think we're going to see Sigil here easily, right?
Honestly, Hunter doesn't have a way to deal with, besides spell, deal with a 2/2.
No, and I think that's what you're going to get a lot of value on it. So the question always is, in this case, without the weapon, do you just go ahead and are you trying to bait it out with Vanguard first, or are you?
That's a really early commitment for a coin, though. But I think it's correct.
I think it is correct. Yeah.
If you get a unanswered Battle of Vanguard against Hunter, and get.
But he's going to play the Fanatic.
Oh,
interesting.
Okay. Or he's going to challenge of his K9 bot. Oh. Oh, you have to pick Barak Kodobane. You literally have to. It's the law. Don't want to go to jail.
But Crush goes face.
But Crush is 9 mana, and this is a K9-tron.
Don't bring your logic to this discussion.
It's the law. You're not a criminal, are you?
I mean, depends on what state I'm in. So if we go to, we're just going to hero power here. And it should be...
Multi-strike is probably the second best. The first best was Fel Barrage, because you can just Fel Barrage the threat down and Metamorphin. Now you have
a lot of answers here. Yeah.
Now you have to send, like... Please, I think he picked Rat King.
No, it was Crush. It was a Flash Crush.
But you could play the Rat King this turn.
Oh, another Fnatic.
But you
could...
I don't believe you.
You don't play Fnatic this turn. You play Vanguard.
I really like Chaos Strike, Metamorphin, Hero Power, Murder.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially the last part, Murder part.
Don't overthink. Yeah, just draw the card.
Yeah.
Clear the board.
Also, this multi-strike is extremely good with the Battle of Vanguard next turn.
If I see a Fnatic in hand and I see multi-strike, I want to draw as many cards as possible. So if I can strike 2 and draw 2 more cards, I like that play.
That's not a Rat King. That's a
King Crush.
But why? But why?
He head faked you. Here you go. Because it's only 6 now, right?
But the Rat King would have been 2.
It's upside down. The 9 is
9. He could have Rat Kinged and then killed the 3/4.
Yeah.
And then not put 3 into it.
But he can do that this turn and draw backwards.
Wait a minute. He had a Connie, right?
Yep, sure did. So we see the...
all right, so this is a pretty easy Battlesworn multi-strike turn. Right?
You say Battlesworn, I still say Fnatic drawing cards is a good thing. More cards in hand is always better.
But how does Hunter deal with...
It doesn't. I agree. This is, I mean, there is definitely value of getting a full board 1/1s.
Actually, there is also value for False Fnatic, but like your opponent just dredged twice, so chances are that he is going to play above average beast next turn.
Well,
right, and you want to,
yeah.
Right?
I mean, So now you have Fnatic multi-strike with Fury, right? So you can actually start swinging at some bigger stuff.
Easy rat.
Nope.
No. Actually, this is probably better. Because we can play Rat King for Kai next turn. Yeah, I like this a bit better.
Yeah. But the problem is that turn 6 is going to be Kurtrus, and it's going to be pretty big if you multi-strike, right? So that's decent size.
I feel like you put the 3/1 into the 3/4 into the 3/1 and then kill the Battlesworn. So you have 2/1/1 or 2 more minions on board.
Yep.
Conversely, if you want to play around Puffer Fist, you send the that one. Mm-hmm. He does the play he did. But I don't know. You're falling behind against Demon Hunter.
It's going to start going face. Ooh, yeah. That's a lady. Okay, so I think definitely here, not definitely. One line is definitely Fnatic, multi-strike.
I don't like that. That means you're
cards.
sending a... That feels all-in-ish. Like, I really like the like you don't really care about your health total in this matchup, like, to an extent. So, if you Fury, multi-strike Fossil Fnatic, clear these, or just clear the board, push 5, then you have a very good Kurtrus setup. So I really think you...
Drawing 2 cards with Lady Thanos in hand, right? Like, you're drawing 2 spells. I mean, I just think that you're never going to get... The value you want to get is at least 1 draw off of it. If you can get 2, it's amazing, right? So, to me, go face, start putting damage down, and now we have some more stuff we do. You thin out your deck, it makes...
He just needs 1 Naga now, and he's, like, golden.
Yep. Well, he has it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind. Oh, that's a big boy coming down.
but it gets answered super easy, right? Like, see, that's the thing is like.
I mean, here's the problem though. It's the first King Crush is annoying. The second one is terrifying.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, definitely now is a race, but I think this is a race that Demon Hunter has shown that it can win.
Yeah. Bet you with Lady in hand.
Yeah, just trade. You've gotten 2 card draws off the Fanatics, so it's not bad. So.
Wait, does Rat King enter the revive pool? Oh, it wouldn't have mattered.
Okay.
So you have to Sithano here.
Yeah, and that's an easy answer.
Yeah.
And you're drawing cards, so 3.
Can you fit in a hero power? I believe you can. You hero power, you predation face.
Mm-hmm. I think predation face was correct.
Because I guess he doesn't want to.
Well, this one of them. Yeah. But puts him at 17. So I mean, in saving the Spectral Sight. Yeah.
If he draws what's his Jace. Jace isn't lethal, but it's pretty close. Well, that's a high draw. Well, Mountain Bear actually.
I think
Ram Mount.
To possibly draw all the other. It thins out the deck, right? And
wait, he is at 8 mana. Yeah, Remy Mount was correct.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot mana. Who needs it?
I think you have to go for Pufferfish, draw 2 cards, and see what you get.
He also has a really clean clear with Dread Prison. That's almost lethal. Right?
Yeah. So we got 2, 3, 4.
I guess he wants to play the Metamorphin.
Yeah.
To prevent the. Yeah, I really like
the return. Yeah, I mean, I think this is the puts them in within lethal range, and then puts up a wall. So no revive pet shenanigans.
All right, so Demon Hunter is lethal on board, right?
He doesn't have enough mana to play it all, right? Oh, he does for the second shot. Yeah.
Yep.
And
it's a revive pet.
It is a revive pet, but it's not enough.
Revive pet keeps him alive. You revive pet crush, trade the biscuit, clear full clears, puts him at 9, forces Demon Hunter to have an answer in hand or dies.
Yeah.
I think that has to be the. I think do you trade first, right? I think you have to trade first. Wait, no, you don't. I don't know how the rush works. How does the rush work? Can you give rush to a minion with charge? Like, you've got to find out.
Yeah. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah. This is.
I'm just going to say 1 to 50-50 there.
Yeah.
So, he can't use. I think he's just dead.
3, 4.
Because he's got 6 in hand.
Yeah.
7. He's off by 2.
This is not going to be it.
Jace was lethal.
Yeah, Jace was lethal.
What can you do?
Bomb. You see the Hunter get through? Yeah, I think the Hunter's going to get through this one.
Yeah, the 10 life mattered too. He's at 9.
It was always. That was always the plan.
We got Chronix doing the Prage.
Mm-hmm.
And you always assume Demon Hunter has it, right?
Yeah, because Demon Hunter always has it.
Oh yeah, always has it.
They're like, we've been conditioned.
Oh, peeking through the pinkies.
Actually, Fel Barrage would have done it too. He had multiple outs.
Yeah, but it was just good enough, right?
Yes.
That's all you need to be, is just good enough. So now we have, is this
Yet another
lost count of games?
That's right.
Game 5?
Game 5. Another Game 5 tonight. What we like to see. Give the viewers what they want.
So, and what they wanted was Demon Hunter versus Mystery Druid, right?
Yes.
Which has got to be Preston, because that'd be perfect.
So just the stakes are high. I'm just trying to remember who was up. So the Zilfs are up. If Chronic wins, obviously that means they go on to the semifinals, I believe. And if Anfall wins, I think it goes to another game. Yeah, it's currently 10-6 for the Zilfs, with the Zilfs having Rami beating Rebobson, Astropog defeating Myanodon 3-1, Donde losing to Slad 2-3. And then the result of this one will either push it to Game 5 with Lefty and Totino's Pizza, or the Zilfs move on.
Yeah. Interesting matchup. We saw, from a mindset perspective, everyone from F2L White has brought Demon Hunter, whereas everyone from Hot Zilfs brought Druid and Mage.
Mm-hmm.
We do see, Demon Hunter, Mage, and Paladin the same for everybody for F2L White.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they've zeroed in on those are the best brings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I brought.
Well, you have a couple minutes to figure that out, don't you?
Yeah.
Nice. You brought a priest?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Of course.
Priest.
Well, anyway, do we have an interview?
Oh, did somebody? No, Chronics.
It's Game 5.
Game 5. Yeah.
Oh.
Look at you calling it already. Who is coming to the interview? That's what I want to know. Who did you have coming to the interview?
If you do have to go, though, to go prep.
No, I don't. I got to stay here. For some reason, I thought
you
that
got
was
45 minutes.
Yeah,
45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you're getting all the practice in by watching other people, so you know it all.
Okay, here we go. Game
Come
5.
on, Prester.
All right, let's see this game in action. All right.
It is
just ramp. Kurtrus in hand? Nope.
Oh.
Metamorphin on 1 is not an ideal play, but
I think you want to dump this. You want to get your engines going. Metamorphin's nice to have, not a need to have.
I feel like oh, he keeps the sigil.
Yep. You get a 40 cards.
All right. Wait a minute. That's a
Celestial?
That's a Colloquy. I had to look it up.
It's a Colgate. That's what I was calling it.
Oh, Colgate, yeah.
Yep.
Colgate
Turtle.
There you go.
This looks like an Uber ramp just into really big stuff. So it makes the plan pretty simple from the Demon Hunter side. Just go really fast underneath it.
Yeah. You mean the 10 life might matter. I mean, what the... Dude, new card, Raid Negotiator.
Yeah, this is just big druid, ramp big druid, which is stuff. I mean, it gets to a point where the mass doesn't matter, right? Like, it doesn't matter what the cards are. There's big enough minions that they have taunt or whatever. They just can turn the tide. But the problem is you have to get there. I mean, we don't see early ramp, which is part of the problem. We do see rampant growth, but that's not super fast. We don't see the guff, and we see a really heavy hand. So definitely chances here for Anifal.
Yeah. I mean, double Chaos Strike is pretty big here. Still, it's not terrible to pick up, but like you kind of want it on turn 7. It's not turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like this Solar Sphere is getting in work.
Now we're even.
Like it never happened. Now you just have a worse deck.
Yeah. I mean, this Solar Sphere is going to push 8 damage if he chooses to Hero Power trade and do it, which I think he kind of has to.
Yeah, I mean, just putting the minion down is something, right? So you're putting threat down.
I mean, I really don't think you should pick that one.
Well, the problem is it pushes everything out 2 turns now.
Yeah.
Right? So.
I like airing on playable cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so it looks like it's just going to be a Fel Barrage Hero Power. And then it'll be interesting to see if he equips the Dread Prison Glade after, because I think you should.
Yeah. You have the extra mana, might as well do it now. Put it down.
Because it's late enough in the game that you can actually start threatening with it.
Yeah, if he puts down a big minion now, then it turns into a detriment because he's going to start pushing the damage through it.
It's actually being at 26 at this point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. Being at 26 at this point in the game is actually incredible for Chronic.
And this is not easily answered, right? So the problem is that this is at least going to draw 2 cards because they're not going to be able to answer it next turn.
I don't want to play Pufferfish too.
Yeah.
And like these spells are always going to deal damage because of the glaive, but the Pufferfish has the ability to get in for 3 now.
And if you got a multi-strike, there's ways to just weave in the damage, right, to get it twice. I agree with playing Pufferfish. It's a minion on board. It's going to get at least 1 swing in. Now we do have an answer here with Scales, and this is where it gets kind of scary because now they're going to start dropping bombs from Drew's point of view. Now we see the multi-strike. Yeah, I think Pufferfish, draw 2 cards, seems pretty good to me.
You can only draw 1 card, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's not another minion. Again, don't bring me rules into this conversation. Let me have my fantasy.
All right. Spammy. Wait, he can jerry-rig Spammy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that worth it?
Opposed to just running Scales?
Because this is his Zillag turn. He doesn't have Scales, right?
Oh, he throw it? No, he threw it. I saw it in his opening hand. I just assumed he kept it. Yeah,
like, it's either a Coleg or a Rig Carpenter. Actually, I kind of want to save Rig Carpenter and Spammy for a potential Zillag or something. Like, this Coleg is just annoying to deal with. Does he even have enough power to get through that?
I mean, the other thing is do you put him on having Zillag, and then if you do you Mutanus?
I mean, you are just slam Mutanus here too.
Yeah, does he read the hand enough to think that he's going to pull something? But the problem is you're leaving something on the board that draws cards. This looks good.
Oh, he only gets the mana crystals. He actually has a wait. No, he does not have a Best in Shell.
I mean,
this is tough. Wait, he's not going to play the Zillag.
Why would you play the Zillag to push the damage? I mean, I guess you're get 4 here and then go face.
I feel like Zillag here is the best use of mana. Like,
I mean, this does push a lot of damage to face, where Zillag RNG can kill.
Oh wait, he has to kill with 2 predations.
Yeah, predations.
Yeah. What are we talking about? That was 100% the correct play.
That's why they're playing, and we're not right now.
Yeah.
And it was just too slow.
Yeah.
Saw it go underneath, and then over the top with predations. No discount needed. And Anafal wins game 5.
So,
And ties up the series. Yeah, ties up the series.
Great match there between the two. See if we can get Anfall in here when he gets a quick sec. Want to thank Chronic for being on stream as well. In fact, all our players that came on tonight, I want to thank you for jumping in and allowing us to basically cast 10 games. So.
Couldn't have asked for anything more.
We could have had a tie and be forced to play another one. That was
Hey, Mulligan for the highest card. There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right.
Can do here for Anfall jumping in. Oh, needs a couple minutes, so we can roll through potentially Sunday's match, which could be Geranium Battle going up against. Excuse me. So Geranium Battle is going up against somebody. That's in Hero Series. That's what we're talking about, which is at the finals right now. With gotta wait for the page to load up. There we go. So we got, at least I don't have chicken. It's up 5-4 over a week past midnight. So Geranium Battle and CMAC coming in to play those games possibly. I'm not sure when. There's 3 other games to play with Neji Boston versus German Shep. AJT are always just in time up versus J Rich. And then we got CMAC versus Geranium Battle. So we may have something to broadcast tomorrow night, or it may be a free Sunday.
I get to go see outside. You're going to let me go? No, that was too quick to say no. That was way too quick to say no.
Only if you have a hall pass. Well.
Yeah, he's gonna take you a picture of the outside and show it to you.
That's right. Your. Just Google outside, see what happens.
Yeah.
It's actually censored on my computer.
Oh.
I say outside, it just shows me a cam of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Hey, Anfall, congrats on the win tonight. First a ex-teammate, but good win.
Yeah, thanks. That was tight.
It was.
You know, from right from the get-go, what was your opinion of the 40 card decks and the options that you saw there?
From my choices, I'm not a fan of the 40 card decks personally.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'd rather have 30 good cards than 10 okay cards and lower my odds of hitting what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it worked out. Yeah, it definitely worked out in your favor.
It did, barely. They were all pretty close there.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, some of those were very close. Was it the Paladin against the what was it?
Oh, the Hunter.
The Hunter, yeah. Oh man. That went to the very end of your deck, right?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Very, very end for almost exactly lethal, I think it was.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
From your mindset of coming into the match, what were you prepping for? Kind of did you get what you expected, or kind of walk us through that process?
Well, I'm not sure exactly what that druid was. I assume it was some kind of ramp druid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I pretty much got what I expected. I was expecting the 40 card Beast Hunter, that's for sure, but I was definitely expecting big Beast Hunter, Control Shaman, and some druid to try to target the Demon Hunter, because that was the one I was afraid of getting through the most.
Yeah, which brings into question: do you if that's really what you're worried about, right? If you're bringing druid and you're worried about your opponent's Demon Hunter, then making your deck more diluted, or is it worth the 10 health, right? Because that's what you're really weighing is, does the 10 extra health give you that extra turn that you're needed. Yeah, and it worked out in your favor this time. And it wasn't a common druid, right? So we've seen some that like the water druid with 40 cards that plays the flipper friends into ramp. This was just big minions. It looked like it was just a super ramp deck with big minions.
Yeah, I was more expecting the dragon one, Lady Presto Druid.
Yeah, the Presto Druid. Yeah.
And if that thing gets Presto on 6, it can hit a lot of healing out of that.
It's a nutty. Yeah, I was hoping for it just because from the caster perspective, no one knows what's going to happen, and so it's just super fun. Just from you never know what the next card's going to be. So I was rooting for it, but sadly it was not that. But it worked out in your favor, and I think it lined up really well. But well played by you.
Well, thank you. I always got to see what happens in the 5 seed to see who moves on.
And I have love for 5 seed. It's the best seed in Legacy.
Most important one, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The other question I had, and I've been asking, the other opponent, the other players, is what do you think the effect of Renathal, the one card coming out right as playoffs hits? What is it? How does it change your mindset, and how does it change your prep coming into this week?
It certainly threw a wrench into it. This is like our 4th new meta in this season alone.
Yeah.
And to have it hit right before playoffs for us, because we got the bye first round.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, that was not what we were expecting.
Yeah, that was
But hopefully they're done changing the meta now.
Nah.
No promises. No promises.
You know how long it is until the next set?
We only got 3 more weeks.
Meta. Are you kidding me?
Well, they'll do the double preview. Next week they'll come up with another preview card, just to drip it in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cards over 10 mana are now 0 mana. That'll be the new one. Yeah.
I was getting worried that I wasn't going to be able to cast anything. Speaking of more than 10 mana in that mage, Frostbite's hurt.
Yeah. We saw that, and it actually was there was a 50-50 there at the end, wasn't it? If you hit his Bloodlust, because he had 2 spells in his hand.
Yeah.
If you hit his Bloodlust, you wouldn't be able to cast it that turn. So it almost backfired the other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to check out the stream when you get a few minutes there, Anfall, and
Oh, I will. I always like watching VODs when I play on stream.
Yeah. Always watch my play. I never watch my commentary.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I'm doing it right.
Well, thanks again, and congrats on the win tonight, Anfall. And now you just have to wait for your teammate Tostino's Pizza to kind of see how he goes against. Who's he playing again? Sorry, off the top of my head.
Just close the tab. See, you think I would know?
I know.
He's playing against Lefty.
Lefty. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be a really good one.
Should be. Yep. So. All right. Well, any last words before we let you go for the evening?
No. Have a good night. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for casting and opping, guys.
No problem. Enjoy.
Always a pleasure. Congrats.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah, you too.
All right. So that brings us to a close tonight. So any final words from both my casters here that were so kind to join? So.
Yeah. I wish we had learned if 40 cards was good or not. I still don't know.
I mean, 40 cards lost, so I think we did learn. All right.
This is the difference between you and me.
All right. If 40 cards would have won, would you have said the same thing?
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe I want 40 cards to be good, so therefore I'm just always holding my breath for the best 40 cards.
Exactly.
I mean, I didn't see any of the cursed card in it, so that was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, good luck to you, sir. I know you have a match coming up later tonight.
Yep.
So good luck, and good luck to all the other Legacy
participants,
players out there that are still in it.
Especially my team, right, Saku?
You're right.
Yeah.
No bias. Just win.
No bias.
Yeah.
Yep. and then hopefully you get to see you tomorrow, should it be willing and be relevant
for the Hero Series. Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. Well, be safe out there. We are off for the evening, so stay tuned to the MTs. They're still going. Don't know who's in the top 16, but should be fun. Good night, everybody.
Awesome. Good night.